The collapse of FTX and FTT represents a corrupt crypto bank collapse fueled by an inflationary fiat cryptocurrency.
Hello guys, welcome back to Christian Finance for your regular financial content. And today we're going to be going over the one and only Michael Saylor. As you guys know, he's arguably the biggest Bitcoin bull out of anybody. And today we're going to be looking at him reacting to the whole FTX debacle, what he thinks happened, how he thinks the FTX situation will affect the markets, as well as his view on Bitcoin, of course. That is the main thing he talks about. And then I'll give my own personal perspective on the markets, where I think we're headed in the short to mid to long term.
So, as Gary Gensler has said, the vast majority of all the cryptos are unregistered securities. They're trading on unregulated exchanges. And this is simply a very expensive lesson for the crypto ecosystem and the difference between crypto and Bitcoin.
And yeah, I agree 100% with what Michael said. Most cryptos are unregulated securities, and all the centralized exchanges actually are completely unregulated as well. Now, obviously from FTX perspective, it sucks what happened and to all the customers and them not being able to get their funds back, which is terrible. The main thing I can say, guys, as I've said multiple times, not your keys, not your crypto. Please take off all cryptos that you have that you're not gonna need in the short term and leave them in a ledger, right? It's cold storage. It's safe until quantum computing comes around, which won't be anytime soon. Once again, guys, remember the phrase, not your keys, not your crypto. One thing is, I've been very consistent with this. I've never recommended altcoins, especially to beginners. But one thing not many people know about is that Gary Gensler, who is a representative of the SEC, he actually says that the only cryptocurrency he considers a commodity is Bitcoin. Once again, I'll repeat this because it's very important. Gary Gensler considers Bitcoin to be a commodity. Everything else in the crypto space, he considers to be a security.
Well, I think this crash accelerates regulatory intervention. I mean, in fact, in a sense, right, SBF is like the Jordan Belfort of the crypto era. Instead of the Wolf of Wall Street, they'll make a movie called The King of Crypto.
And yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to agree. I do think that at this point, we are going to need some form of regulation for crypto to fully succeed in the long run. Now, for a long time, I wanted this space to be unregulated, but unfortunately, there are too many bad actors to the point where I think that if we don't get regulated, with people committing to many bad actors and leaving their money on exchange they shouldn't be leaving their money on, I think we're almost at the point where some form of live regulation will be needed. Now, the one thing is I hope that they're able to execute it properly, right? Which is something that I'm not 100% sure that they will. But I think that if they can do it in the best interest of the consumer, I think it could be a great thing for crypto in general long term. I think Bitcoin will be fine regardless. Gary Gensler came out and said that once again, it's a commodity, which is huge. But for the rest of crypto to work, I do think we need some form of regulation. With that, guys, I just want to take a quick second, ask you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload. I do put a lot of effort into giving you guys these regular financial updates. Only thing I ask guys in return, just subscribe to the channel. Now, really quickly, I want to go over something very important, and that is what the gold investor Warren Buffett is doing and has been doing for a very long time. So his philosophy is very simple. Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. So last year, when everything was at a peak price, he was actually at the top, either selling or holding. And now, especially this year, that everything was bottoming out, it was almost at a pre-pandemic low, he was and is either buying or holding. There are too many people, and that's the most common mistake I see with investors. When something is going lower, that is typically when they want to sell, because they think it's going to keep going lower forever. However, if it's something that you've done your research on and it's a high conviction play for you, this is where you should be dollar cost averaging, right? And then when something goes up, I see the opposite happening, and that's when people want to buy it, right? When in fact, this should be the time when you're dollar cost averaging out to some degree, or you're holding, right? But you should not be buying the majority of your holding of a stock or commodity or crypto when it's at an all-time high. Now, right now, yes, we're in a recession, not technically, but we've had 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, which is a definition of recession. My point is this: most millionaires and billionaires are made during recessions and depressions. Remember this, right? Everything goes in cycles. Yes, we're at a low now, but in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we're going to have another bull run. So I just wanted to give you a quick reminder about that. that when you least expect it, things typically completely reverse. And with that, guys, the video is over. If you've enjoyed it so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what other similar content you'd like me to do next in the financial space. And as always, stay diversified.